0.5 multiply and divide rational expressions. Bear with me. Most of you are not going to enjoy this because there is going to be quite a bit of writing, working to do. So let's get on with it. We're going to multiply. Multiplying fractions is no problem. Top times top and bottom times bottom. So if we just don't have a top, we're going to put that over 1. So we're going to do top times top and bottom times bottom. This is a binomial and this is a binomial. So we are going to distribute all of that top times top. 2d times d is 2d squared. 2d times 1 is 2d. Negative 1 times d is negative 1d. Negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. All over bottom times bottom is 3. We're going to put our like terms together. Leave the 3 on bottom. There wasn't anything that I could cancel out here like we did in 04, so I had to distribute everything out and get this answer. If multiplying fractions is no problem, top times top and bottom times bottom. When dividing fractions, don't be shy. Flip the second and multiply. So whenever you're dividing, you always flip the second one and then multiply. And multiplying fractions is no problem. Top times top and bottom times bottom. So we're going to multiply this times 1 and just get 2k plus 1. And on the bottom, we get 6k squared. All right? So that is the beginning. Now, I'm going to skip this one for just a second and show you why I'm going to do what I'm going to do for the one that I just skipped. But, there we go. All right, so we're multiplying. So we're going to put this over 1. Now, don't just go straight to the multiplying. Maybe things can simplify before we do all of that nasty multiplication. So I am just going to remind myself that I need to multiply the tops together. But before I do that, I want to make sure that nothing will reduce out first, because reducing is a whole lot better before you multiply bigger numbers. So that 2 is going to go to the end at 9. And then we're going to factor. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6 times 3 is 18. Then we're going to put the 2 back in. That's 3. So we have c plus 3. And then that 2 will go back to the c. And this is why I did this. Because even if I would have multiplied the tops, I would have had to factor them out again, because those 2 cancel out. And when those 2 cancel out, lo and behold, that is our answer, because there wasn't anything to multiply on top and there wasn't anything to multiply on bottom. Let's go back up to here. We're going to put this over 1. Now, I'm just kind of on a scrap sheet of paper kind of thing, because I am going to just factor this first. Multiply to get a negative 24, subtract to get a negative 5, 8 and 3. And then we would put the 6 back in. Reduce. reduce, okay, now here's the thing. If I replaced this with this because it's the exact same thing, don't write this down because it's not really necessary, but let me show you what's happening. We have the w minus 5 on top, and if we factor that, we got the 3w minus 4 and 2w minus 1 all over w squared. Does anything cancel out? Unfortunately, no. But I did not know this until I have it all written out. So sometimes it does cancel out, and sometimes it does not. So what happens is we have to distribute all of this and get 6w to the third minus 5w squared minus 4w minus 30w squared plus 25w plus 20. I'm going to add all my like terms together and get 6w to the third. Put my squares together, get negative 35. W squared. W's together. Put 21 plus 20. And all of this is going to be over w squared. And that's why I know that you're probably not going to like me very much with this lesson. Okay. So just to the bottom, I am going to factor this out. Bring the negative down. Negative times a negative is a positive. Multiply to negative 11. Subtract to get negative 10. 11 and 1. So instead of this, we will have v plus 5v plus 1, v minus 11, and v plus 1 all over v minus 11. Hey, those will cancel out. But, again, you're going to hear me say it quite a bit this lesson. Unfortunately, we have to multiply that back out. So 5v squared plus 5v plus 1v plus 1, 5v squared plus 6v plus 1. I love this problem. Love it, love it, love it. Because if I put this over 1, look at this that's on top. Look at this, at what's on bottom. What do you see? They're the exact same thing. If they're the exact same thing, then they cancel out. And the only thing you have left is 5d plus 1 over 1, which is 5d plus 1. Now here, we're dividing. So here's that first fraction, and then we're going to flip the second one and multiply. And that's exactly on top and on bottom. So the 1 stays on top, and the 5q squared stays on bottom. See, some of them aren't bad. Okay, I'm going to, scrap sheet of paper. I'm going to factor out this first. Multiply to get negative 20, subtract to get negative 1. 5 and 4. Put the 10 back in. Reduce. Reduce. So this becomes 2 c minus 1 and 5c plus 2 over 2c minus 1. I am getting rid of those automatically. And then I'm going to change that divide sign to a multiplication sign. And I'm going to flip that 5c plus 2 to be the, and those are on top and on bottom. So our answer is 1. Love it. Okay. We have 4y minus 1 over y times 1 over. I'm going to take a y out as I'm going along because there's a y in both of those. Fairly easy to factor that way. Those are going to cancel out. 1 is left on top and y times y is left on bottom, so y squared. See, not all of them are as bad as those middle ones were that we just got finished doing. I'm going to stop this video because I know I have quite a bit more to do and just kind of give you a break from it. And so go on to the next one after you try some of these so far.